What's up, guys? It's your boy Prime Rush here, back with our Week 3 game in the UGL versus my boy KJ. And I'm really not super excited about this matchup. It's definitely not in my favor because his team is just so overpowered. But we're gonna make do. We're gonna see what happens. So, uh, if you guys are excited, if you guys are ready for whatever comes, smash that like button down below for me because you already know sports greatly appreciated. And let's get started. So, KJ's team is terrifying, like I said before. In limited decks, his team is probably one of the most broken teams, just period. As you can see, his team will be here to my left. I mean, to my right. My God, I can't do directions. To my right, it's terrifying. He has Urshifu single, Skarmory, Porygon 2, Lycanroc Dusk, Druddigon, Chandelure, Rotom Fan, Claydol, Accelgor, and Blossom. I don't know how we're going to break through Prim, P2, Drud, and Chandelure. But we're going to make it work. Hopefully. So, to counteract this, we are going with straight offense this week. And I'm not bringing any of my tier 1s. I'm not bringing any of my... I'm not bringing Incineroar. I'm bringing straight tier 4s, all my tier 3s, and the one tier 2 that always comes through. Ooh, I like that. But this week we have Prenticed the Slurpuff to start off things. Holding the Lumberry this week with uh Play Rough, Drain Punch, Sticky Web, and Belly Drum. Now, the way that Prentice is gonna get this off is uh if it's affected in any way by poison, uh, or any sort of status. Uh, I know he's not gonna want to lay up toxic spikes on me, but if he wants to toxic with P2, or if he wants to or if he wants to toxic me with Chandelure, or not Chandelure, if he wants to toxic me with P2, toxic me with Skarmory, whatever, toxic me with Drud, toxic me with Claydol, or try to Thunder Wave me, uh, Princess is gonna eat up that, and the Lum is gonna pop, and uh, we're gonna sweep his team because he really doesn't have a switch in. Uh, he really doesn't have a switch in until like Skarm comes out. So Skarm is the only thing that's stopping this, and this is like a emergency plan. Um, but hopefully I can fake him out with the Sticky Web. Make him think that I'm not. I didn't bring. Uh, that I didn't bring Belly Drum Slurpuff. That is just straight up support. So hopefully we can make it happen. And also, if I transition with my team correctly, we could set up how we want to set up. So hopefully this Slurpuff comes through. 4 HP, 252 Adamant Nature, and 252 Speed. We were 1 point faster than Timid Prim. So that's the speed benchmark that we're going to try to hit this week. Next up is the boy Spence. We're bringing a different type of Tentacruel this week, which I'm really excited about. Um, so I figured I can't beat his team like defensively because I can't EV Tentacruel to be defensive because he could just bring uh mons from both sides. He could bring Urshifu single, and both Prim and Tentacruel can cover both of those bases. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go straight up offensive Tentacruel this week with Dazzling Gleam, Scald, Knockoff, and Poison Jab. Poison Jab is a 2 KO on max HP, I think 80 defense Prim, uh, 80 defense Prim with a non-boosted nature. So Poison Jab is a guaranteed 2 KO. If he's any sort of like no HP, no investment in defense. I think it does like around like 60 to 70 range, so it's always a guarantee to a KO. Dazzling Gleam is always an OHKO on Urshifu single, and Scald is just there for the Scarm and Scarm and things like that. If we kill those, if we can burn the Scarm, that'd be really really helpful to counteract leftovers or Rocky Helmet or anything like that that he has. Not counteract Rocky Helmet, but just does extra damage with Rocky Helmet uh, on him, and then also leftovers if he has it. It counteracts leftovers. And knockoff is basically there for the P2 to knock off items on the Chandelure, things like that. So we're running a speed Tentacruel this week, 236 speed to outspeed Urshifu single, 4 special defense, 68 special attack, 44 attack, and 156 HP, minus attack nature, um, minus attack nature with the E belt and clear body. Next up we have Penelope, the Espeon here. This week we are bringing Espeon with the Cassette Berry if he wants to bring Claydol, or if he just wants to bring Chandelure. We could eat it up with the Cassette Berry, and then we could also get a Reflecting Light screen up. Also, there's Shadow Ball and Dazzling Gleam there. Shadow Ball is there for the Chandelure and the Claydol. Dazzling Gleam is there for the Dread. It's there for the Urshifu single. We're running max HP, 4 defense, and 252 speed, so we can speed tie with Lycanroc Dusk. And even though and it has magic bounce as well, so this is like basically our only hazard control this week, because none of the other mons on my team has hazard control, so we're gonna try to limit that as much as possible, his hazards at least. Next up we have JJ. This is purely for Toxic King Pokemon. Living his from the Chandelure, possibly living his from the Prim, depending on what type of set he is. But we have Stealth Rock, Seismic Toss, Toxic, and Mildrink. This is the set literally to outlive the Chandelure. It also outspeeds Timid Nature Prim. And with this set, we get Toxic P2 if he wants to come out on that. Chopper Berry is able to eat up hits from Urshifu single, Body Press from the Skarmory, and then Lycanroc Dusk with close combat, hit him with a Toxic, hit him with a Seismic Toss, Stealth Rock up, things like that. Running Thick Fat as well, so we could eat up those Ice type moves and those Fire type moves. Fire type moves coming from the Chandelure, Ice type moves coming from the Prim, or the P2, or the Claydol if it's carrying Ice Beam, and that's what JJ is basically here to do. Hopefully JJ comes through this week. We're able to set up rocks, because rocks are really going to help out a lot. Breaking Sashes, really nice for the Chandelure, because it's probably not going to be running boots. Nice chip damage on the Skarm, and also forces the Skarm to come into Defog, or it forces this Running Fan to come out in Defog, and we get to our main wall breaker for the week. This is like our Tentacruel was like our cleaner slash like person come in on a free turn and attack. This is our wall breaker for the week. We are finally bringing Alolan Executor this week. We're bringing Alolan Executor with a Life Orb Frisk, so we can find out what type of items he is on his mons. 12 HP, 252 Modest Nature, and 244 Speed. I think this is to outspeed, I think, Drud. I want to say like something with Dread, I believe. I want to say, or I think it might be P2. I think it might be P2. But Leaf Storm Draco Meteor, Flamethrower hits everything on his team for neutral or super effective damage. Toxic is just nice there, because P2 is probably going to be the thing that's going to come into Alolan Executor the most. So we're going to Toxic that thing immediately. It means I wrote a fan on it. Toxic that thing immediately. And then Modest Nature just gives us the great special attack that we need to just blow through his team. Plus the life orb is really, really nasty. Last but not least, we have our lead. We are bringing Greenaway back this week. The Togedemaru with the Choice Scarf. Sturdy this week so that we could maybe live a hit from Urshifu single if it starts to try to close combat. But it's holding a Zing Zap, Iron Head, Toxic, and U-Turn. 76 HP, 252 attack, and 180 speed. This outspeeds max speed of Solgor. This outspeeds Scarf, Rotom Fan. So Greenway is going to be really, really good for that. Now I could run Lightning Rod on this, but I find Sturdy to be a little bit better because if I'm able to, if I'm one-on-one with the Urshifu single, and say I Zing Zap it, it close combats me, its defenses drop. If it's Life Orb, then I KO it. So that's hopefully the situation that we're in, or we come to be in. Not sure if it's gonna work though. We'll see. But man, you never know. Cage is a really good player. He's gonna put a lot of pressure on my team, and his team is just nasty from the jump. So hopefully we get the win, guys. But hey, look, we're gonna try our best this week, right? So we're gonna try to get a dub. So if you guys enjoyed, if you guys are excited, smash that like button down below for me because you already know sports greatly appreciated. And with that, guys, I'm out this thing. Peace.